Hey guys, I'm Sarah Louise. Welcome to my channel. I just talk about all the things spiritual and health and life that are on my mind at the moment. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about permission slips and spiritual practice and spiritual rituals and things that we do basically to kind of stay in our spiritual energy. So I realized more and more I started seeing more and more through different things, and I realized that a lot of the tools that we use, a lot of the rituals that we have, a lot of the things that we do, they're kind of just permission slips for not realizing that we are the author and power of our reality, and that everything that we need is within. And when you start to see through this, you see it in more and more things. So you realize that no psychic can or tarot card deck can tell you your truth. It's an inner knowing, and if you don't have it, we have to work harder to have that inner knowing. We have to clear more. No one can heal us outside of ourselves. We have to, be responsible for our own healing journey. And yes, we might have little contracts with people along the way, but ultimately we have to heal ourselves. There's so many things like this, we've got religion, yoga, meditation. And I even realized more and more that we don't need to meditate like this. We can make meditation a life practice. But the more and more I saw through this, the less that I did, and the less that I could face going to things and go into group settings. And hold on, I just have to do that. Sorry about that, I had to download some photos in the background. And the more that I stopped doing it though, the more I realized that I wasn't taking that time to connect to myself. And I've actually gone back to doing rituals and having more of I'm going back to getting into more of a spiritual practice and rituals. I see it in a different way. I don't think they're going to fix me. I don't think that they're going to, I'm not giving my power and putting my power into something outside of myself, but I realized that the actual ritual of doing it was helping me to connect to myself. I just see it in a different way. And when I wasn't doing that, I was losing myself, honestly. I was losing a lot of my collection, a lot of my energy, because I was participating in life without that inner reflection time. And I do think it's important. Yes, I do believe life should be a constant manifestation, like a constant meditation of where we're present in each moment. But I think to do that, we kind of need to keep checking ourselves a little bit. And I realized that I was free running. So whilst I don't think any of these tools are necessary, I don't think any of them are going to fix you. I do think having some kind of spiritual practice or ritual practice just helps. It just does. It helps us stay empowered. It helps us stay in our energy. It helps remind ourselves. It helps us to go within and to access those inner truths. And, as long as we don't see anything outside of ourselves as more powerful than ourselves, at this point in time, I realize I need some of those things outside of myself to be able to go within, and I'm really missing not having a daily meditation practice, a daily yoga practice, even sort of spells and that kind of work, as long as it's not dark stuff, as long as it's done with positive intention, it's just you're putting intention into it. And yes, we don't need a protection spell, for example, but sometimes putting that intention onto something by use of a few tools, if that helps us put the intention in, then I think it's helpful. And I realized that, for me at this point in my journey, I actually need to go back to incorporating some of these things just with a different mindset. It's not going to heal me. It's not going to fix me. It's not going to change my life, but it is going to help me go within. It's going to help me find my own truth. It's going to help me make that time in my day and that space in my day to really just go within. That's all it is. Yoga isn't going to fix us, but it does give us time where we're going within. And if we're not in that state, then we kind of just need that little reminder. To me, a ritual is just a reminder, like a reminder to go into that within state. And sometimes I do think we need little things to help us get into that state. So that's why I personally am going back to having a spiritual practice and rituals, and not just sort of constantly trying to live in this presence, because I think you need a check mark and a reminder and something to kind of like stay on the path, else you can lose yourself very quickly in just living in the 3D, right? And just kind of lose yourself into that external reality. more so than actually doing these rituals and these tools that are obviously external, but as long as they're a reminder to go within, then I think they're worthwhile. So I hope everyone's good, and I will speak soon. Let me know what you think. Do you have a ritual practice? Do you have a spiritual practice? I'd love to get all your answers in the comments so that I have some stuff to reply to. All right, bye-bye.